Hi guys, welcome back. So the teams are out for New Zealand versus Australia. Outside of the Rugby Championship this time, another Bledisloe Cup game. And as expected, New Zealand have really shuffled around, tried players that haven't had a chance so far. And I think it's a good call. They need to do it. Now's the time. Australia, I guess we'll see this as a chance, but it's away from home. And I'm not looking at Australia thinking they look massively strong, especially up front either. So it's going to be interesting, but I do have New Zealand still as favourites with all these changes, but it'll be interesting to see how they gel with so many changes. Tomato Williams there is starting at loosehead. Takiaho gets a start at hooker. Both, I think, are fantastic players. Williams has so much potential. He really could be the mighty Williams for sure. Takiaho, so powerful, but two other great hookers as well competing with. Dane Coles is on the bench. Tuangafasi gets a go on the bench, and Fletcher Newell actually gets a go replacing at tight head because Laulala starts at tight head. But Newell and Williams could well be the future again for New Zealand's front row, who's only just really got bedded in, so their front row is looking so strong for years to come, it looks like. Now it is changing the second row, but in some ways it's back to the past, if you like. Brodie Retallick and Sam Whitelock once again making their partnership. So Whitelock hasn't played so far, so he comes in. Retallick's been playing great, so really strong second row. They've rested Scott Barrett completely, which is fair enough. He's done everything he needs to do. He's a starter, so no need to play him again. At blindside, Penny Finau comes in, who's been really highly rated, so looking forward to seeing him. Return of the captain Kane, who's back from his injury, so that's great news for New Zealand. Ardy Surveyor, a little bit interested to see him get yet another start. I was expecting Jacobson to start, but Jacobson is on the bench. I thought this might be a game to see at least more of Cam Roygaard, but we don't see him at all. Christie starting, fair enough. Roygaard I would have expected on the bench, but Smith's getting a go on the bench. Maybe that's kind of like a farewell thing to his home crowd. So yeah, fair enough, I guess, but it would have been nice to see Roygaard there. 10, we see the return of Mackenzie, who was so good in the first Rugby Championship game. On the bench, we've got Mwanga backing him up if needed. The centres all change, and they need to really play around with their centres a bit, because we know Geordie Barrett and Ioane are their starting centres, so who's their backups? It looks like Leonard Brown and Aynor are getting the first shout to be their number twos, really. I don't think they're going to be making a charge to take their starting spots. And again, all change in the back three. They needed to change around the back three to try some options. Looks like Lester Fainga'anuku is back fit, which is great news. He's been really strong in the domestic league. Sean Stevenson would have liked to go at full-back, but the queue's pretty long, so at least he gets a debut on the wing. Will Jordan gets to go at full-back. It looks like Beauden Barrett is their starting full-back. Who's going to be their backup? Well, Will Jordan is a fantastic full-back, and Sean Stevenson maybe will get a go one day at full-back, who knows. But it's all changed there in the backs, but it's still very exciting, incredibly strong. Can't wait to see all these guys go, so I don't think it makes them so much weaker as they haven't really played together before. Anyway, on the bench, like we mentioned, Smith, Mo'unga, their 9 and 10 replacement, and then the utility replacement, Dallas McLeod. Can he make a play to be a utility player going in the final 33? It's certainly an outside shot for him, but let me know what you think of this New Zealand team. I think it's the right way to go. Make these experiments now. Give some experience, but I think it's so talented. I think they're going to win. Now on to Eddie Jones's Australia, who are going to be desperate for a win for sure. Is this team stronger than last time out? Well, yeah, I don't think so, actually. I think the forwards are actually looking slightly weaker. Let's go into it. I mean, Belparecki, Famusili is the front row. Looks okay, but I think it could well get done over by the New Zealanders. And Frost and Arnold in behind. Again, average-ish second rows, I guess. Fairly physical, but as a front five, is not blowing me away. Skelton's being rested, which is fair enough. He's played an awful lot, and we know they've been absolutely gutted on the tight head side. Alatoa is out for the World Cup. Tupu with an injury as well, so they're on to their third and fourth choice tight head, so not looking good for Australia up front. In the scrum, I think it could be a problem. Back row, they've moved Big Tom Hooper to 6, who had a decent outing last time out. Fraser McWright gets a role at open side. It looks like Michael Hooper isn't going to be fit, and I like McWright as an out-and-out 7, and Valentini is their best 8, had a good game last time out. So yeah, back row maybe okay-ish, front 5 not so sure. The halfbacks, one of which, Tate McDermott, is the captain, didn't have a great game last time out, but, McDermott got caught a few times. Gordon's kicking was off, things they could fix. At least Gordon's running game looked really good. McDermott didn't get a chance to run, so they're going to want to put quite a bit right between them. So, yeah, probably a fair call to give them another go, see if they can put it right themselves. But the centres and the back three, I think, is Australia's strongest. Karevi Pattaya, loads of potential, loads of physical ability there. And it's their best wingers, I'm pretty sure, Kurumbetti and now Kwanatawezi. Again, the power and pace of Kurumbetti can be destructive. Now Kwanatawezi's extra height as well and ranginess is very difficult to deal with. And Kellaway definitely looked more assured than Wright at fullback. So I think that's kind of sorted in the Australian team, but kind of 1 to 9, 1 to 10 isn't. On the bench, anything really standing out? Well, Skelton coming on. So, yeah, I guess that is a bonus if they need him. But like I said, he's played a lot of games. Leota's got some good impact as well. The experienced halfbacks on the bench, but I guess they're going to want to give the youngsters time to bed in. Parisi covering the outside backs. It's not blowing me away. I wouldn't say it's an all-time great Australian team. The problem is they need a win quickly, and this game and their next game are really, really hard. So I don't know if they're going to get it. They could be going into this World Cup with 0 wins. Let me know if you think I'm wrong and they're going to win this game away from home. I don't know. Comments on all the teams below, and I'll catch you next time.